Hi, my name is Nikki Lewis. I work on the Valorant game here at Riot Games, and I'm the head of marketing for Valorant. Valorant is a new tactical 5v5 shooter that Riot's just put out there in the world, where powers create really great opportunities for you to be extraordinarily precise and excellent as a shooter player. So Unapologetically Global is one of my favorite things. It's kind of our internal tagline for the game. And for us, it was a way for us to key in on this thing that we really wanted to do from a character perspective in game, which is to have a metaphor for diversity that was more the fruit salad and less the melting pot. And so for us, that meant we wanted each character in the game to really be from someplace where the people that are from that place will recognize them as truth. We do a lot of things where the agent just talks to you in their host language, and instead of assuming everything has to be in English, we'll just put subtitles on it and leave it in its origin language. That's been really fun for us. It has allowed us to create a lot of character resonance, not just for the people that are in the region that share that character, but also for people in different regions that really feel like they're experiencing something special and authentic. You know, Jet is our Korean character. She's well loved not only in Korea, but also in places like Germany and Latin America. And then Reyes, who's our Brazilian character, is loved all over the world because she's OP. And so we do things like when we did the Reyes music video, that was actually done by our Brazilian team. And they chose local artists for the music, for the production of that piece. And it just was a really nice moment because it wasn't diversity for the sake of diversity. It was actually, we're here to create something that's truly resonant and really authentic. And so we've been able to lean in on that really hard in the marketing, but it comes authentically from the game. And Unapologetically Global is about representation in a way that gives pride to everyone, but then it is also something that everyone can enjoy, no matter where they're from. We decided to make a tactical shooter because we love tactical shooters. And then we had some developers that were super passionate about that space as players. And as players, over the years, they felt that there were a lot of unmet needs in the tactical shooter community that they felt that we could meet. Not just around different types of play situations and variety of play, but also some more basic server things like games that spend a lot of time and attention making sure there's no cheaters, games that try to eliminate things like peeker's advantage, games that really focus on latency and having enough servers out there so that people can have really good connections. We had a really intentional strategy of reaching out to influencers, but it wasn't so much about the marketing of the game as it was about just the making of the game. So we realized early on that in order for us to be successful, we were really going to have to capture both the hearts and the minds of tactical shooter players. And this is a very high standards group. They have a lot of high standards. They have a lot of high expectations, and they just expect things to be really good and really pure. And so we needed their help to make sure that the game that we were making for them was resonating with them. And so we went out and courted and created relationships with influencers in the tactical shooter space, as well as the competitive shooter space. Invited them a bit into our process to get their early feels on the game. And because they were involved with us early, they grew to love the game a lot and became natural supporters. Some of the lessons that indie developers can take away from the launch of Valorant that they can use to market their own games are things that are luckily more about sweat equity than they are about money. So I'm going to talk about two things. One is branding, and the other one is actually influencers. So one of the things that has helped Valorant to be successful from a marketing standpoint is that we have really consistent branding. You kind of know what Valorant looks like, and when you see the V, and you hear the music, you see the little swishes, you're like, okay, that's Valorant. And that was a deliberate choice on our part to just have that branding everywhere and keep it really consistent and really front-facing so that people can make an immediate association in their mind between our marks and the product. And that is actually something that you can do on your own for free. It's not super hard to make a great logo. The part where the logo becomes super powerful for you, or where the brand image itself becomes super powerful for you, is where you're consistently using it everywhere. Like put it at the back of your trailers, make sure that you're plastering over your social media, and really try and look consistent in all places. That helps people remember you. And then another thing that we did that is also completely available to indie developers is working with influencers. Influencers are mostly interested in creating amazing and interesting content for their own channels. And the way that they do that is they spend a lot of time with the products that they love. So influencers, sure, they get paid to promote some products, but most of what they promote is out of love because that's how you get more interesting content. And I'm not saying you're necessarily going to get, prime time with Tim the Tatman in your launch week, with no dollars. But you can be Fall Guys on Twitter having a flirtation with an influencer who then is playing your game out of love. And that's just what Fall Guys did with Tim the Tatman. And they got a lot of good promotion off of that. And it was all authentic because he really loved their game. So we've got jobs, lots of jobs. We have lots of jobs on Valorant. These are three that are really hot right now that we're looking to recruit for. We need a technical artist, we need data scientists, and we need game designers. So just check out these links, come apply, come work with us. We'd love to have you. And yeah, Valorant is hiring.